Hello everyone, dear friends. In this video, I want to tell you about the best strategy for beginners for 1-minute trades. This strategy demonstrates very high effectiveness, meaning that trades using this strategy are successful in 80 to 90% of cases. For this strategy, you don't need technical analysis or almost any indicators, except for one, the RSI indicator. So, by watching this video until the end, I will explain how to trade using this strategy. I'll show you how to set up the RSI indicator so that it gives the most accurate signals. And overall, I'll demonstrate what trading with this strategy actually looks like.
And don't forget about my Telegram channel. In my Telegram channel, I share daily reports on trading sessions with the team in the VIP channel. Here's a report from the latest trading session. Here, we secured 9 profitable trades. By the way, we trade twice a day on weekdays and once a day on weekends. I also share my life in my Telegram channel and regularly hold giveaways. And here's a report on the latest giveaway. Here, the winner received $1,000. I've also created free educational material for beginners in trading. It's completely free. In other words, I'm not selling anything. If you want to get access to the educational material or join the VIP channel, you can simply go to my Telegram channel and send me a direct message. Here's my contact.
So, today the duration of each trade will be 1 minute. I have $5,000 in my account balance. The amount for each trade today will be $200. Now let's set up our RSI indicator. By the way, I should mention we're trading on the 1 minute time frame. Now let's move on to the indicators. Here's our RSI indicator. I've already added it to my favorites. Click on it and it will appear at the bottom. Now let's configure it. Click on the pencil icon. There's nothing you need to change here. Move over here and instead of 70, change the value to 80. Instead of 30, change it to 20. And then click on the save button. Excellent. Now let's take a look at the RSI indicator and I'll explain in more detail how this strategy works. We have an overbought zone which is 80 and an oversold zone which is 20. When the price touches our overbought zone, we open a trade to go down. When the price touches the oversold zone, we open a trade to go up. If you are trading with this strategy for the first time, under no circumstances should you open trades until the moment when the price touches the oversold or overbought zone. That is, it is very important to wait until the price touches one of the zones. If you look at the history, the price very rarely breaks through such zones. To put it another way, the price almost never actually moves above the overbought zone or below the oversold zone. If you take a close look at the historical data, you will see that such breakouts almost never happen. And so let's find a truly ideal and perfect opportunity to open our first trade. Let's switch over to the OTC currency pairs. Let's add them to our favorite items now, so that we can quickly switch between different currency pairs. Let's look for a good moment to enter. Here we have a more or less good moment, meaning the price is approaching the upper overbought zone. If the reversal continues right now, we won't open a trade here, because we really need to wait for a more definitive signal first. We need to wait for the moment when the price is right next to the overbought or oversold zone. Right here, as we can see, the price has already shifted quite a distance away from the overbought zone. Let's switch over to another currency pair and find another good moment so we don't have to wait too long and drag out the video. So, I have now found a very good moment to open our first trade. We can see that the price is practically at the overbought zone. We are going to wait for this current candle to finish closing and then we will open our very first trade for a 1 minute downward price decrease. It took me quite a long time to find this, of course. I had to scroll through all the currency pairs for this moment and here we see a good opportunity. We can see that a reversal has already started. Let's wait for this current candle to finally close and then we can open our very first trade for a decrease. So we wait. Or maybe it's actually better not to wait. No, let's wait after all, my dear friends, and see what happens next. I also really want to mention that over in my Telegram channel, my team and I just finished a big challenge yesterday where we successfully went from $30 up to $35, which was awesome. In 26 days, if I remember correctly. Alright, we've opened the first trade. We went from $30 to $35,000 in 26 days. And that was, of course, it was definitely not easy to do, but together with my team, we managed to complete this challenge. Those who joined this challenge from the very beginning, I think, are very happy right now. And on Sunday, we're kicking off a brand new challenge. In this upcoming challenge, we're going to try to aim for an even more ambitious and higher goal. That is to say, we won't just strive to reach $35,000, but we will push ourselves to go even higher. And by the way, I'll make a post about this in my Telegram channel. The link to it will be in the comments under this video. And if you want to take part in this challenge and reach an even higher goal together with me, you can follow the link provided below. In the comments under this video, simply send me a message and I will add you to my VIP channel absolutely free of charge, where I send my trading signals and you will be able to copy them. Reach an even much higher financial goal together with me. So, while I was talking, our first trade went perfectly. Now we need to identify a suitable new opportunity to open our second trade. Because here the price has already retreated and moved quite far away from the overbought zone, so let's switch over to another currency pair and scan the market for a fresh opportunity to open our next trade. And here again, the price is approaching once again the overbought zone. The price has not yet managed to fully reach our overbought zone, but we are going to go ahead and open our second trade for a decrease at the close of this candle. Let's wait for it now. It is possible that while this candle is still open, the price will reach down into the oversold zone. Sorry, I might have gotten a little bit too carried away with the analysis there. There, we're opening the trade. It's a good moment. So the candle has closed. The candle closed almost at the zone. It's in the overbought zone, so we're opening our second trade for a decrease. We can clearly see a green candle forming for an upward move, but I hope everything will be perfectly fine with this trade, and for now our trade is ongoing. Let me tell you a bit more about another specific point that's come up recently. Dear friends, I very often see on YouTube, you might have seen these moments when people make videos talking about various automated bots on Telegram that supposedly predict exactly where the market price will go. I want to say right away, my dear friends, that such bots simply do not exist in the real world. Such bots predict price movements with exactly a 50-50 chance of success, meaning they simply do not function as intended. When I first started trading, by the way, our first trade and your second trade didn't go through, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. Let's wait for the right moment now, because the price is getting closer and closer to the overbought zone. So, after this candle closes, let's open two trades for a decrease to recover our loss and also to make a profit. Alright, let's wait for this candle to close and then I'll continue. For now, that's what I was saying. Such bots don't work. When I was starting out, when I started trading, I tried out 5 different but very similar bots, and absolutely not a single one of them worked. So dear friends, don't waste your precious time and hard-earned money on these bots. I've even seen some people selling them, because these bots work on the principle of a randomizer. That is, it's 50-50 down, 50-50 up, and so on. So, the candle has closed, we opened 2 trades for a decrease. There you go. I am asking those of you who have personally used these trading bots, please take a moment to share your personal experiences down in the comments section about what it was really like. I say this because I am convinced that absolutely none of those who used these bots ever actually managed to make any real money. So please write in the comments. Maybe I am wrong about this, but I am waiting for everyone in the comments section and I would be very interested to read your story. But right now I am speaking to those of you who haven't used them yet. Please don't even start using these bots, because in 99% of cases it is all just a scam. So we will wait until our third trade closes. We see that there's very little time left until the close, and most likely this trade will close in profit for us. It seems that I jinxed it just a little bit, my dear friends. This trade closed at 0 for us, meaning we didn't earn anything and didn't lose anything, but that's okay. Let's now go ahead and initiate 2 separate trading positions on this strong downward price impulse once again, and see exactly what the final outcome will be. Of course, I might have rushed the entry and opened these positions a bit too early, especially since we have a significant resistance level located right at this candle. But I think everything will be fine for us. Anyway, by the way, I won't jinx it until this specific trade is officially closed. So, we just wait for the close and see exactly what happens with a green impulse candle is forming upward here. But looking beyond the shadow of this current movement, as we can see on the chart, there is a clear potential for the price to rise even further. Let's take a closer look at the action. Okay, the candle closed out more or less at the exact same level as our previous resistance mark. Take a look at this one right here. That is just a bit higher than the one that closed before. And so most likely these 2 trades didn't work out in our favor, meaning that both trades closed at a loss. Now let's go ahead and open 4 more trades in a downward direction for $200 each, primarily because we can see that the price hasn't quite reached the overbought zone on the chart just yet. There was a bit of a rather complex and tricky situation here, so my dear friends, I really want to emphasize to all the beginners watching that under no circumstances should you ever open trades before the price actually touches the overbought or oversold zone, meaning it must directly touch one of the lines, because you might rush the process and end up losing your hard-earned trading capital. That's exactly why it is absolutely essential that you remain patient and wait until the price clearly touches one of the zones. So, let's see what's happening with our trade right now. A red candle is forming, moving downward. I hope it continues in that direction. There is now only a very small amount of time left until our trade closes. That is great to see. There is a very powerful downward impulse. Alright, and all 4 of our trades closed in profit. Alright, that's excellent. So, let's open just one more quick trade on another currency pair, and then we'll wrap up this video. So, here's the next good opportunity. We can see that the current price is steadily moving down directly toward the oversold zone. Let's prepare to open our next trade for a decrease right after this current candle finally closes. Alright, let's wait patiently for this candle to close, and then we will open our final trade for today, an upward trade for 1 full minute. So right now we're just waiting for the candle to close. Waiting, and waiting just a bit longer. Alright, the timing looks perfect. Let's open an upward trade now. Even though I hesitated a bit, it's really no big deal at all. By the way, my dear friends, there's something else I want to say. I always highly recommend to beginners, to those who are just starting out in the world of trading, and to those who are just beginning to study trading seriously, you should always start with a demo balance, meaning you shouldn't jump straight into real trading. As soon as you start learning about trading and studying the theory, you should practice on a demo balance. However, it is crucial to remember that in no case should you trade on a demo balance for too long, because the demo balance is very different emotionally from a real balance. So, my dear friends, if you are just starting out on your journey, trade for about a week on a demo balance while studying the theory, and then make the switch to a real balance, because a real balance is actually much more different from a demo balance than you might initially think. So dear friends, that's it. And our very last trade just successfully closed in profit. This is where the video will end. Thank you all for watching. The link to my Telegram channel will be in the comments under this video. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye everyone.